happening, Tim?
What's happening, Captain? What's going down?
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm overcompensating with my energy because I did shit-ola this week.
You know what? It's that weird thing where you're like, I haven't been productive, but at the same time, I'm okay with what I've done.
Like, keep the bar low.
Yeah. Hey, Sarge, how are you?
Oh, we got our fans already. Nice. Thank you guys for coming in. It's going to be a great show. Great show. We got, I'm excited for our Am I an Asshole segment coming up. But how was your week, man? Dino, how was your week so far?
It has been enjoyable. You know what? We're experiencing Snowmagedon here.
Yes.
We got so a lot of people are shoveling their driveway and stuff, and it's very dependent on where you are in regards to the wind and everything. So some people are shoveling only like 5 to 8 inches, which you're going, that's fine. It's not that much snow.
A Caucasian amount.
A Caucasian. Well, 5 to 8.
We're measuring. Well,
I feel like that's a strong Mediterranean as opposed to Caucasian.
Okay.
But,
great.
Fine.
We'll throw a Greek slant on it.
Hey, man, you talk about your razor teeth all the time. It's only fair that I come back with.
Why are you using my razor teeth against me? They already cut my gums. Why you gotta cut my feelings, Dino?
So where we are, the wind kind of focused, and we kind of got about 2.5 feet in my driveway. And it's
you got Vern Troyer and snow outside.
Vern Troyer would get lost. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like,
Lord.
And it's higher in certain places. So right now I have piles of snow on the side of my driveway and in the backyard that are about 5.5 feet tall. They're coming up to my height, and I'm 6'2". So I'm looking just a little bit down. So they're around 5.5 feet. And essentially we just started yesterday, just going out and just shoveling a little bit, going back inside, warming up. That's fine. Having some cocoa. An hour later, go out again. But now we have pretty much cleared it. But it was that weird snow. So it's not packing snow. Like, it just, as soon as you touch it, it breaks apart.
Fluffy.
But if you can pick it up and it'll stay in one thing. So it's weird. So it's like I can scoop up a big block of it. And I'm like, if I'm careful, I can launch the block past all the snow. Great. But if I don't, it just goes and turns into water. And I'm like, God damn it. All right. So a little bit of frustration. But
similar stuff happened here. It snowed instead of like 5 feet, like you just described almost in exaggerations. We got about 5 centimeters. So that involved everyone driving like a madman, like Travis Pastrana in a rally car, to their nearest grocery store to get milk, eggs, and then immediately to the sketchy part of town to get your drugs, because you never know how long the snow's going to last, guys. So you got to go in for the long haul. We got to recycle these cans now and go to Carlos. Fuck Vern. Go to Carlos. We own Vern $20. It became a thing around here. You just see people circle, and they're fishtailing. They're not fishtailing because of a lot of snow. They're fishtailing because they got bald tires. And they're acting like an asshole.
I personally love doing donuts. Like, growing up, got my license, I drove a Plymouth Grand Voyager, which is the extended cab, but it had like the wood panels on the side too. But it had a 6-cylinder engine, so it had power. It was old as shit, right? Exhaust was just black smoke, just. But I'm like, I would load up like 10 people in this fucking thing, and then I would go to the back of like a Walmart, Canadian Tire. Well, so we have Canadian Tire. That's one of what we used to have. Now we have Walmart, but we still have Canadian Tire. Anyways, point is, it would have like open parking lots without posts. So that's the thing is, as a young person, posts are your enemy. Okay, because you will sideswipe a post and you have no control over it. So when there's no posts, all the lamps were at the edge of the parking lot. So you had a whole area, and I'm like just doing donuts. A couple times I did not have control over the donut, but you learn how to drive a lot better, like for emergencies and stuff.
I think for the audience watching, they can see both of us don't have control over donuts, and that's why we're in the situation we are in. So just putting a hat on a hat there, Dino. But no, I agree. That's the best part. When I could drive legally, that was one of the best parts. Now I try to get my wife to do it in the minivan, and it's just not the same.
You know what though? it's aggravating when you try and get somebody to do a donut and they don't know how to do a donut. Does your wife know how to do donuts or not really?
She's more of a twist long john person, so a donut,
Fair.
you know.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. We're
It's
gonna
still a
swirl.
skill. It's just not as enjoyable as a donut.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
saying. Just saying. We're both. Now we're tapping each other's nose because we know exactly what we're talking about with
Oh
our
yeah,
double hats.
even now my wife, like, so now we're clear enough that tomorrow we're gonna go get some more groceries. Like, we had stocked up, but it's like now we need eggs and milk and stuff like that. And Victoria was like, "You're gonna drive me, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll drive. That's fine. It's not a big deal." But because I don't trust her in this weather either. I'm like, this is not.
The last time I drove, I took out a mailbox and one of our side mirrors, and I still hear about it. But mostly because
Yeah, you should.
what was happening, my wife was like, "Man, you're pretty close to the curb. You're going to hit that mailbox. You just hit that mailbox." I'm like, "We're fine." She did play by play like John Madden, rest in peace. Fucking as I'm slamming into this, and I was still like, "No, I'm not that close." I almost broke both windows, but I still can't live that one down.
Yeah, that seems
It's
fair,
but it also that's why it's great now because I get to take naps wherever we go. So we got coordinated. We're professionals. Walkie talk. That's why we're blue shirts. We both got off of our shifts at Walmart, and we had to come in or Canadian Tire, and we came in here, and we're here to help you. We're the service industry.
I did actually work at Canadian Tire. Never worked at Walmart. I don't think I could. The idea that they had a greeter, I was like, that's not for me.
That's the best job. That's the best.
Nah, I would definitely fuck that up. Like,
oh, dude, no.
I hate people.
You think I've worked at Walmart. Shocker. Worked at Walmart.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's above my class. I like it. I worked at Walmart, and I worked in a division called Cap 2, basically unloading trucks. And that is hell. You'd think Walmart would like put together trucks nicely. No, it's basically just hey, let's stack dog food, a TV, PlayStation 5, can of baked beans. Always a can of baked beans where you can't see it, so it hits you in the head every fucking time.
That's fair.
But yeah, it was just madness all the time. So
some companies lean into the whole no healthcare thing, and they're like, "Listen, we're going to injure you and not pay you."
Yeah, they were way more worried about what kind of box cutter we had as we shovel this stuff in 100-degree heat in a container, just as they're like, mush, and I'm like, okay, go.
This is the whole thing, and this is what aggravates me the most is where people are like, "No, you have to work faster," and you're going, "No, that's like what you're telling people is, hey, I need you to work fast enough that you're going to sacrifice the well-being of your body and its system for these boxes I need to move." You're going, "No. What you're going to do as an employer is give me a back brace. You're going to give me those rolling carts because I'm not carrying shit. I'm directing things through the place and then to the shelf. No, none of this. Oh, I'm going to carry a TV by myself. Get fucked. That time's gone. You know what? The Hoover Dam's already been built. People, we know how that worked out. People died. Okay?
I did fine. I did mind all that. It still sucks. It's everything what you said. Main thing that got me is I lost the camaraderie with the team because one of the guys who was, I guess, Zach Morris of Cat 2, I'd call him AC Slater. Let's not give him so much credit. He was number 2. He was Jonathan Frakes in Star Trek. He was Riker. He was Riker. He ain't the full Picard. So he was walking around talking and laughing at me because I made a mistake. So I may have insinuated that I smelled his wife's ass on his goatee. And that's where everything got a little wrong. And you know what? I didn't think he'd be offended because I thought he could smell it too. It's closer to his nose than mine. But I was wrong.
Well, listen, kudos for you recognizing that look, Zach Morris is never working in shipping and receiving. Okay?
No,
that's not going to happen. AC Slater for sure. Maybe he has an eye patch now, something like that. That makes sense.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you have tech department is run by Screech. But the point is,
right.
Yeah, that's only reasonable.
We're
the problem is,
like a motherfucker.
Listen, I'm just going to say it right there is that, but AC Slater, of course, as soon as you insinuate anything, that's the problem with people who stand there and say, oh, I'm an alpha male. I'm like, number one, You know what an alpha male does? It feeds and cares for its pack. You know what that means? Unless you're going out and taking care of everybody, you ain't alpha for shit. What you are is a pompous prick. Go fuck
Well, shit.
yourself.
I'm not even alpha in my own house. I know for a fact because the way my dog escaped on me today. My dog escaped and ran and treated me like a bitch. I'm running around in Crocs and I don't even have it in sports mode, ankle free to the world. I'm just running. I should have rollers in my hair, going, "Come here, Pips!" Like it's ridiculous. I gave up, but he did the drive by snicker. You know when you see it, he just starts running, looks you in the eye, look at me. You're like, motherfucker.
The best is when they come closer and then turn away and run away. And they're like, yeah. Oh yeah, I've had animals do that to me before.
Oh, dude, I wasn't in sports mode at all with my Crocs. I was running around. It was the worst. He showed his dominance. We got back in the house and he cowered, but that's what celebrities do when they get in trouble. He was just doing his apology, his tour. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. But as soon as that door cracks open again, one slight nose nestle and he's gone. Gone.
Listen, see, that's the advantage that I enjoy is our cat is an indoor cat. I grew up with an outdoor cat, but the cat we have is like known. The breed itself is known to like to stay inside. They don't like the outdoors and stuff. And once I think it jumped outside as I was going out for a smoke, and he was like, "Nah," and went back inside. And I'm like, "That's fine." I'm like, "Oh, you want to go? There you go. No problem. You want that?" And he's like, "Oh no, fuck this shit." Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Even during the wintertime, I'll bring him close to the door. Be like, "See how cold it is?" So, no, I'll leave you out there. I don't give a shit. So, but yeah, that's just me.
This last bit of my week is a two-parter. I've realized me and my son wanted to do the nice thing. You know, my wife's working third shift, nurse, saving lives.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. So she's sleeping. We decide we're going to do laundry. We're men. We can do that. We go to the laundromat. Now, if you haven't been to the laundromat recently, men, that is a fucking thunderdome of just grannies marking their fucking territory. Like, I don't care if it's a quadruple loader and there's just one washer rag in there. Helen's going to put that shit in there and she'll stare at you the whole fucking time. And trying to get a dryer amongst these golden girls that have lived on the west side is ridiculous, dude. I didn't know the proper handshakes. I didn't grease the lady at the counter or something because I was getting knocked out of dryers. Like you've ever had a convoy of carts rolled by ladies just making sure you don't get the dryers, the premier dryers? I was intimidated, man. I had no butterscotch candies to throw into or anything. And it was clearly on the back foot.
What you should have done was feigned illness or hunger. Then their grandma skills kick in and they want to feed you. You got to make it so they're important.
I did have my boy there. I should have
used the boy. Something. You put him in the dryer. Just put him in the dryer. They're not going to touch it. If anything, he's going to come out fatter.
That's exactly. Yeah. I just throw him in the washer, like, honey, that's not how you do it. We'll do the laundry for you. And that's how we should have.
You can even say, "Ma'am, my son needs a good grandma inspiration because my mama did me wrong. Can you come and help us?" And they will jump. What's happening, Susie? Jay Martin in the comments. What's happening?
What's up, Jay?
Where there's originals. That's how you do it, man.
Oh yeah.
So you know what my life is missing? A nice Werther's. Bam! You have 7 of them. Just they'll slip it out of their thing. Just right to your mouth.
Had no bribes, so we knew it was happening. So we finally get a dryer and said we had enough. We're going to go play pool. We have this restaurant that has pool. My son's never played pool because he grew up with a responsible father. Like I was 5 in the bar with mom going, "Hey, look at me." So I just assume, just like my son's done he knows how to shuffle cards, knows what a good bait ratio is. He had the same life as me. He's like, no, he actually had a good life. He didn't have to worry about an interest rate on allowance given by your mom and how you're going to pay it back or anything like that. His mom ain't a bookie, and he has
emotional damage.
Sorry about that.
No, it's perfect. Perfect. So we go there, and this dude, tell me why all of a sudden he wants to hold it like over his head like a javelin and starts hitting it. Like I was like, son, no. I gave my son a fucking 8-foot kendo stick like Donatello, and we're we're going Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on this 8-ball. And by the end of it, I don't think we're going to get invited back. I think that we're clear. But he learned a few stuff. He learned it's not the same like it is on VR. Like reality's a little different. The algorithm could kick your ass in reality. That's
I found a picture of the laundromat that you used. It's this right here.
That's very true.
By the way, and listen, at a public laundromat, I would not leave my clothes. Period.
They lock that stuff. They got cameras. See, that's the thing. You're on a public laundromat. Are you washing designer clothes? Hell no.
Listen, man, the closest I've ever gotten to that experience, just don't. Why are you doing these things?
Look, that's if you can't tell for our viewers on Anchor, that's one hole that's now combined into two. That's
I feel like that may have been like your clothes got a stretch mark. Well,
it's been a rough few years, Dino.
For both,
can't get a whole new wardrobe
for both of us. I'm wearing a shirt that is definitely 2 sizes too small or too big, and I'm like, what is happening here? But no, that's the closest thing I've ever done to public laundry was laundry in my building where we had to go to a specific, and I'm like, I just brought a book and sat there and read. And one lady tried to kick me out of thing. I just looked at her. I'm like, I'll kill your whole family. She was like, what? I'm like, yeah.
I think if you bring a book to this laundromat, you might intimidate some folks. Like, look at this uppity motherfucker.
A lot of what I do is intimidation, Tim. A lot of what I do is intimidation. I am listen, I complimented somebody.
The local weekly reader for free is too good for Dino. He's got to outsource his entertainment while washing his linen.
Reader's Digest. Sorry, I don't need ads. And then watch people go, "What the fuck?" Yeah, no. I just walk in and make sure people know I'm better than them, and that way we just set the hierarchy right away. Fatter, but also better. Culturally, it's fair. It's reasonable. Well, it's. We were raised pretty differently there, brother.
Yeah, I heard as soon as you said, I've only done laundry publicly. I was like, shit, dude. Like, I don't remember. We still have, like, the one time we had laundry at our house is because this was growing up. It's changed a little bit. Growing up was because we moved and didn't tell Rent-A-Center where we moved. So we got a free few extra butts. Glorious times. We felt so. It's like how you feel on a daily basis. Is how we were. We were on cloud nine.
I almost spit out water on that one. Because it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. But this is the thing. Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's not even me coughing. If you pick that up, that's my dog. That's how bad the air is in this trailer. He's got asthma. He's got kennel cough from living with me. Jesus, hack up a lung there, little dog. Come on.
On that note, I'm on day 25 of no cigarettes, which sucks.
Bravo.
I'll let everyone know that is a horrible decision to make. I wish I continued smoking, and I hope to pick it up soon. No. This is so dog shit. Like, look, I'll be honest with you. The fact that I haven't, I'm purposefully not going outside, because normally I would go outside every hour and a half for a cigarette. I don't smoke inside the house, and now I don't, and it's horrible. I can't wait until somebody diagnoses me with something that is going to kill me, and that way I can take it back up and not feel bad. I'm like, something else is going to get me anyway. Like, right now it's just fatness, which I'm like, that's a long gamble, because I've met a lot of old fat people, and that's you know what, it's bad enough being in my 40s and this fat. I don't want to go past that. So here's hoping.
Jesus.
Your dog is establishing dominance on this podcast.
I feel very upset. Like, dude, do you need a drink of water, buddy? Come here.
Maybe a vodka?
Yeah, he is got
Fireball. Dogs love Fireball.
That's my Lord.
Glad I know that.
Here,
that
I'll
is,
give you a pet. I don't know.
Scientific fact.
He wants too much love now. You gotta get away. I ain't got time for that. I got it. No. You made a good point. You don't go outside now, and you have a good reason. I don't go outside now because getting a sunburn in January is hard to explain to folks. And put SPF on in January is hard to explain to folks. You know, like that's just not a good time.
You're such a honky. I
I'm
just,
borderline a ghost, dude. Like I don't.
dude. So we talked about this, and I'm like, white light is the best light when it comes to this situation, just to have the contrast for your back and forth. But I'm like, you're almost clear at this point, and I'm like, man, I need better lights.
He's going again. He's going. He's going to be another cough fit. Thanks.
I just hope he's okay.
He's only 7. Like he's not like he sounded like he's 15. That's what happens when you live with me. You age twice as much. It's like a weird vortex. You just teeth start falling out, hair comes out in clumps. It's like I'm radioactive in a white trashy type of way that just goes to your core.
Whenever I do a set around my birthday, I always tell people I turned 1,000 this year. And if someone questions it, I just say, "Oh, because of my fatness, I age like a dog does." And they're just like, "Oh, that makes sense." I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's a gravitational thing. It's not a mine. It's just how it is."
Oh Lord, that's good shit. Well, we gave a lot of '90s references.
Yeah.
Can you put up the photo that senses my rage? It ruined my whole goddamn week.
You mean this one?
Yes, this one. For our anchor viewers, it's Doug, Disney's Doug. You remember that doll ass show from the 90s that was in between really cool shows that you pretended to like? Yeah, this guy. And someone redid the art to make him look like cool motherfuckers. We got Skeeter, who looks like like Machine Gun Kelly's bassist on tour right now. We got Patty, the trap queen with a thigh tattoo, ready to be in your DMs. She could twerk it. She's making those cheeks clap.
She's rocking a short haircut and hoop earrings. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Yeah, definitely. And then we got Doug, straight from his AA meeting, reformed and ready to go with his V-neck and his arm tattoos. Okay, this is where it pisses me off. They're not this cool, motherfuckers.
No.
There's no Doug. Doug should be. Doug's 50, by the way. He was a teenager when I was 5. Doug's old as shit. There's no way his hairline should be like that. They're starting to make me feel like these people, like my teachers I bring on here. How are they not aging and we are? These got a Q on your shirt. What the fuck? Like it should be an alligator. Somehow I'm so furious. I saw this today and I was like, I must discuss it because somehow someone's like trying to make Doug cool, and this is not at all what they should be.
Listen, number one, the guy on the left, who's that? You said that was
Skeeter, the blue guy Skeeter.
He has knee pads, like material knee pads on his jeans that match the color of his shirt, which I'm like, number one, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah. And then also has like a stencil sleeve, but it's only his stencil's got no color on his arms. Whereas Doug has a full color sleeves, which is like, you know what? Absolutely not. Like
Skeeter's probably one of those like vegan bastards are like, well, that ink hurts animals, and I like cruelty-free tattoos, which mean he doesn't like it. Someone draws
that
on
is
Sharpie.
Actually a thing. Did you know? That?
I know,
like, and I'm like, that's absolutely ridiculous. But at the same time, fuck those people.
I just got so mad because Doug should be overweight, yelling at kids, divorced 3 times. Patty should have a kid on each fucking hip, and Skeeter should be in a mental hospital somewhere. The dude was fucking insane. A mental hospital or in Congress. There's only one other thing for these guys to ride them like, oh yeah, I'm touring, doing fireball shots and all this shit. No, these guys. No, I immediately saw that, and I was like, "That's a midlife crisis."
Also, it looks like the 2 men have their eyebrows done not well. I don't understand that trend.
Yeah, it's true.
It's puzzling.
They made it into a weird. It's almost like a weird casting couch situation going on. Yeah. Like it's got those 2 guys. None of them look there. Like that woman's unopposed. Like she doesn't know what she signed up for. It's going to be bad.
And also
it's
too,
sponsored by Disney.
They're adults, not a crotch bulge in the picture, which you're like, that's kind of surprising.
We do the issues. We stare at cartoon crotches and go, why no bulge? No balls there, Disney?
Be true to life. Shit. Be true to life. I'm just saying.
Well, I just want this whole thing that Doug's cool. Doug was never cool.
No.
Fuck, Doug would tell you he's not cool. So why would you say he's cool?
I found another picture that is a little more palatable, which is this one, which I'm like, yeah, okay.
A little bit, yeah, I would take that more. That's more of because they, you know what? They look like I wouldn't want to talk to them. They look like, yeah, That's
I don't
perfect.
know. The two ladies look like they are enjoyable company. The three men, definitely not. All look like snitches.
Yeah.
All look like
Well,
snitches.
they all look like they have strong feelings about internet issues. So, and I ain't got the time to listen to them. Like each one of them has their own
Listen, if they
justice
had
they're
to do
fighting.
laundry here, they would die. That's
Yes.
what they would die. They would never
It's
have
like
their
dropping
laundry done.
off at their parents as they go to the. I'm dealing with their fucking grandparents at the Thunderdome.
That's for sure. Definitely. That's
Makes
pretty
complete
reasonable.
sense why they're surly as shit too.
Yeah.
You know, when you're cleaning your fucking your grandson's Doug's fucking Hershey stained underwear, I'd be a little bit upset too. That's not what retirement was told to me in school. I don't know.
You know, that's something that a lot of people don't realize is even in retirement, the laundry never stops. That's just science. It's just science. It's how things happen. But
Well, that's all I had. I'm sorry, I had to go off on Doug. It just had to be said.
that's all
Not
right.
everything from the '90s is cool. A lot of it was, but not everything.
A lot. There was a very significant transition period that happened in the 90s, right? Like the internet became a thing. Like there was a lot that was transpiring during that time. So it only makes sense that it would be pivotal in various aspects, right? So yeah, Susie says it's millennial Doug. It's very peculiar.
That's
But
I don't know.
sure.
It's even if you put a millennial, like how would you? I guess the people in the comments, what do you think of those pictures of Doug? What would you picture their lives being right now? Throw out there. Like, what do you think Skeeter really looks like? What would his occupation be, et cetera, et cetera? Let's have a little fun with them on Doug's expense.
Are these accurate or are these accurate?
Yeah.
That's the real question. I think, well, they're both cartoons, so they're not going to be very accurate, but realistically, that's going to be
Glenn
something.
actually brought up a good point. He asked the format of the show. What is the show about? And that's actually a good question. There is no format. We don't do topics anymore. What we do, if we have a guest coming, we don't do topics. We just talk about our week, do some segments that we like, and bring on our special guest, because we were getting like long, 2-3 hours long. And Glenn, you were leaving in 90 minutes.
How dare you, Glenn? How dare you? Okay,
Glenn.
We expect better from you, Glenn.
You left us with the biker nuns that you shared it to the group all alone, and that's not a good friend.
Yeah, you can't introduce people and then walk away. You have to stay around, nurture the conversation until it picks off, and then you can back out. You can't.
We're not supposed to be comparing beat with. Oh no! Did I get? Am I still here?
You're back. You're good.
Oh, Zuckerberg's like, you're talking about nuns. Nope. Duly noted. I will stop.
We have Doug looks like hooligan who fights opposing football fans. Yeah, that's true. Glenn, yeah. I'm learning. Oh, Glenn, we love you.
You kick ass, man, Glenn.
Did you want to save? So we do have a Am I the Asshole, but it is quite it's a longer read. So do you want to save that? And
yeah,
we can move on to our guests
afterwards. Okay. Let's are they ready?
Which are they're here. So I guess we'll start off with hey, here you go. Still don't like the fact that we end
I know
on that picture.
I see it every time.
It's a very specific experience that is not what we're, but this. So today, our guest is Kimberly Wilson. Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm Dino, the Genetic Marvel. You've already interacted with Tim Loss.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Sorry about that. I do the screen intros, and I don't necessarily give Dino all the information before I do it. So he's just as surprised as everyone else. And
I'm super surprised that apparently I'm going to be nestled in with you guys and Tiger King. I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
We came to party. We came to...
All right.
We're here to have a good time. That's just how it is.
Fair enough.
Kimberly, thanks for coming to Idiotsayswhut. We really appreciate it. You can introduce yourself to our audience. I know you do comedy out of Alabama. Is that correct?
It is correct. My name is Kimberly Wilson. By day, I'm a high school English teacher of 27 years. By night, I embarrass myself in front of strangers, both performing stand-up comedy as well as being one of the co-founders of Shenanigans Comedy Theater, which is a nonprofit theater in Huntsville, Alabama.
You said English teacher, and I saw Dino's eyes light up. He's like, finally, someone I can connect with.
Most people, I say that, and they're just like, please don't correct my grammar. And I'm
no. I'm confident that my grammar is horrible. I've just embraced it.
okay.
The way I write it is that my grammar is horrible in English, but it's even worse in Greek. So I can one up them by saying I know another language, but I'm also still a moron. So
do I get points if I just say I wrote it in poetry form and grammar has no effect on it? I use emotion, and that'll cover up my. I didn't think so.
No.
Yeah, for a second, she was like, "No, I can't. I'm not getting paid here. I'm not gonna give you anything." You know?
Duty.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's realistically. Great. But being an English teacher, especially for that amount of time, you have some great material, I'm sure. Where, because let's be honest, young people are morons, right? Like that's and some of them never grow out of that phase. In general.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with my work-related material is I still have a job that I need. So I kind of have that material in the back pocket, and I plan on doing, I don't know, a show when I retire called Fuck It, I'm Retired. Is language okay here?
I'm a little fucking offended that you started throwing away these fucking cuss words. No, you're cool.
Okay.
You're good.
I just assumed every English teacher that I interacted with in my entire life, I know that they always had crazy stories. So I just assumed off the clock you must swear like a sailor, just for the simple fact that, number one, young people are horrible, but also teaching English is a thankless job. That is like, I know for myself, we talked about it last week. I'm like, you had to take in high school, English was, there were 5 English courses you had to take. And after that, then you could get to a creative writing class or a storytelling. Like you couldn't branch out until that point. And going through it, oh, sweet Jesus. Because my writing, horrible. And was with a pen, which I'm like, it's not good.
I detect an accent, and you said 5 years of English. Are you Canadian?
I
am. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In the States, we only have 4 years of high school. So.
Right.
Dino, go ahead and talk about your Greek heritage, too. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
Many years ago, the Greeks gave democracy to the world. No, it's
he owns land. He's pretty notable up there. We call him the Duke of Canada in my parts.
Every time.
Well, this is going to blow your mind. I actually got accepted to a college to start my education to become a teacher, and I'm terrified now. So that's probably the appropriate response for it. Yes.
Yeah, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Well, go ahead, Dino. Go ahead.
No, it's more so with regards to the comedy. Like I could definitely see that you would have certain limitations, obviously, with sharing information. Is it high school that you teach, or
yes?
Okay. So prime time to ruin a child's life. Like, for their identity, not for like other things, but like realistically, there's going to be some limitations on that, right?
You got to forgive the Canadians. They need justifications for ruining stuff. We just do it.
Listen, you know what? Like everyone's just doing the best. Like the best part about the pandemic is we all learned, hey, we're all fucking stupid for some shit, and realistically, we all learned that, hey, you know what? We're just fucking trying. That's it. We're just trying because there's no manual, and the guys who figured it out, they don't give a shit and aren't sharing. So we're just going to try and A for effort and run on that,
You do the best you can until you know better, and when you know better, you do better. That's all you can do.
I think that's reasonable.
That's a Maya Angelou quote, by the way. Anyway.
Well,
I had to get nerdy.
You were pretty awesome. I was like, damn, that's nice. I wrote that down. I was going to quote you and saying it earlier, so thank you.
When we look back at this, it's by Kimberly Wilson. It's going to be Kimberly Wilson quote for sure.
You did mention you work with the theater Shenanigans, right?
Mhm.
And what is so you do book it, if I am correct, sometimes, or in
Correct.
control. What is something, a common mistake comics make in the booking process and reaching out to you? Maybe not you, but just in the whole process. What's a common mistake comics do?
And to get booked the first time, probably badgering is one of the things that happens a lot. Be it, in person, like, so when you gonna put me up, or if it's emailing weekly,
Yeah.
yep, still available, that kind of thing. Um, Once they get booked, the laundry list gets even longer as to the mistakes they make on getting rebooked. So, yeah.
Oh no, we could be candid. I probably did one on the first one when I messaged you. On the second one, I probably did 2 or 3. I'm candid here. Like, if anything, people can learn from what not to do with Tim Ross. We have an alter ego here on the show called Tom Ross, and we blame him for everything.
Tom Ross is the worst, and
sucks.
we do not support Tom Ross in any way, shape, or form. He's
Okay.
a menace. He's a menace.
Noted.
But no, that is a very thing, because I think comics just assume, like, hey, I got 7 minutes. Where's my stages? Like, you're just supposed to give them all, give them without earning. So I like that side of it. Now, being from the South, has there been ever maybe a unique show experience you can share with us, good or bad, memorable? I like to use.
This ties in with what not to do.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Buckle in. Yeah.
So we have a show that's a monthly show produced by a local comic named Matthew Tate, and the show is called Callback. And the premise of the show is that you have material, but he will throw the curveball in not giving you a specific topic until the day of, and then the challenge is you find a way to work that into your set.
Fair.
And this particular show, the callback topic was, and that's why I don't work there anymore. Okay. So comics will weave that into their set. Well, there's this one guy who he came with a fantastic comic out of Memphis. I'm going to be professional, although I don't want to be, and not use this guy's name. But he came with a great comic out of Memphis as a like third tier. Like we had 2 people before him cancel, and so this guy's like, well, I got this guy, and we're like, okay, bring that guy.
Yeah.
So he brings this guy, and oh, by the way, in case you can't tell, I'm gay. Okay, so I'm gonna throw that out there. That's what a ton of my material is about.
We like to hate people for who they are on the inside, not their orientation.
Perfect.
Like that.
Perfect. Yeah, I can respect that.
It is the Greek way. It's okay. I did that just for Tim. Sorry. Continue, please.
No worries. Okay, so and one of the other co-founders and is ever present at the theater is my wife, Jessica.
Okay.
So nobody's keeping any secrets about who we are. We don't attempt to or want to.
Yeah.
So this guy comes in and starts to do this set, and the way that he ends up meandering to his biases is to do a bunch of hacky jokes about his dad is homophobic. No, it was him. Anyway, his dad is homophobic, and so he has all these hacky jokes about how these are names of businesses his dad wants to start, and they're all terrible, cliched, stupid jokes about gay stuff. Like the grease pit for a gay bar or whatever. Anyway,
I'm a fat guy. I go to the grease pit. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that kind of, and I don't even remember if that's what he said, but that's an example of how bad they were.
So it wasn't. It's offensive as all hell, but it wasn't even good. Like
right, exactly.
Punchy.
I'm like, if you're gonna be a bigot, be a clever one, please.
Right. Thank you.
Thank
you. Make everyone laugh. Make everyone laugh.
Yeah, because I can laugh at myself. Trust. So anyway, he's unapologetically terrible, and he's going through his bit. Well, then he gets to this bit about how I don't remember the actor's name. But there was an actor in Black Panther who was also in some other show, and he's saying how terrible this guy is. And he said he's not terrible because he's a bad actor. He's terrible because he was gay and whatever and sucked this guy's dick. And so, and said he should, and because of that, he should have died instead of the star of Black Panther dying.
God dang.
Okay, right. So it's that egregious. Now, keep in mind, I am about sitting the entire time 15 feet away running the sound booth for this show, 15 feet away from the stage. And he's saying all that. And then he is brazen enough at the end of the set to look straight at me and go, and that's why I don't work here anymore. So it was completely belligerent and premeditated.
Oh, dude.
On top of being awful. So, yeah. He doesn't work here anymore in Huntsville because every show producer's like, fuck that guy. So
I'm sorry you had to. It sucks that way. But I've seen it happen to me personally. Comics go in and burn not only the show down, disrespect you, offend the crowd, offend the venue. It gets real hairy, and then you talk to them, and it's very clear it was premeditated, and and that's just really weird to me.
To what end, though? It's like this guy wasn't even, invited in the first place, really, and now he'll never be invited back to the entire city to do comedy. So it's like, okay, well, I hope you enjoyed yourself, bud.
Well,
I'm glad someone's out there giving Tom Ross a good name. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Tom Ross is not that bad. That is
I'm
true.
sorry.
He's
That
good,
guy's coming around.
He's bad, just like, in quality of entertainment, but he's great when it comes to acceptance of the people around him. So,
hey, attaboy, Tom.
No, but that's, I love that you said that. Was that, if you want to be offensive, that's fine. Be funny, though. Be funny where everyone can laugh, because you know what? It's funny because life is funny, and that's pointing it out from that perspective can still be funny. But as long as we're all just telling jokes and having a good time. When you're an asshole, you're just an asshole. We all know. You're like, no, I'm edgy. No, you're just an asshole, man. You're just an asshole. That's it. Everyone knows you're an asshole.
Funny asshole, even. So.
Well, it's just one of those.
Well, you need to meet one of our friends that's a funny asshole. Glenn's actually near you. He's a Georgia guy. Don't hold it against him. But he's a big fan. So if you ever get near to Huntsville, Glenn, check out Shenanigans and do a show out there. He's a big fan of stand-up comedy, been a big supporter of me for a while.
What was his comment? It said Huntsville's a mess anyway, and then it went away.
This goes to Heart to be safe.
Oh, we won't talk about Glenn misspelling Hartzell, but you're not wrong. It's okay.
See? Look at that. Hey, Glenn's, he's a musician. Like, come on. You've been killing it. Like,
he goes to places and he performs with his shirt off, and they think it's okay. Like that. So that's how good he is. It's his gimmick. He's the shirtless dad. So shout out to.
Did he come before or after Bert Kreischer, though?
Probably after. Knowing us, we like to spin other people's original ideas as our own and make it. It's meme culture. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh, see, in my world, we call that plagiarism. My bad.
Yeah, it's 2021. Is it 2022 now? It's a new decade. Who knows? But you are correct. It's very much plagiarism.
Yeah. I think that's the difference, though, between the idea with regards to how you deliver it, right? Like, you can make a lot of things, do a little change, and now it's your own. You're going, yeah, kind of, but that's TikTok stuff, right? Like, that's TikTok and stuff. You're like, yeah, okay, we're just sharing funny stuff. Yeah, that's great. But it's like when you're on the road, like, have you ever had that being in that situation? I'm sure you've seen people that you're going, that's not your joke, and you're kind of going, well, that's not yours either. Oh, what the hell is going on here? And you're kind of going, am I the only one who realized what's going on? And you kind of like, do you call it out, or do you just go, all right, have a great life, buddy, but don't come back? Like, how do you deal with that?
That's actually a really good question. As a booker, how do you navigate the feelings of comics by telling them the truth, basically?
Well, I haven't had that direct experience, but I've had the inverse in that I had someone accuse me of stealing material in order to try to stir controversy to get fodder for his podcast. And what was hilarious is that he did it in such a stretch that it was humorous, and no one bought into it, and completely burned a bridge, here as well, because I'm like, you're gonna slander me and then want to get stage time. And so I just never played into that, because I knew that it was, and what he did was, there was, just like with all stand up, if you zoom out, you've got a common premise among 1,000 different comics and 1,000
Absolutely.
different jokes, right?
Yep.
And so the premise that, I'm sure tons of comics have riffed on, that I had material on at the time, was basically that how absurd it is that you will clean the house before the maid comes over, right? But in my particular case, I was drilling down and giving other examples of that I'd never heard anywhere. But then he saw the premise on a sitcom, and then decided that I stole the material from the sitcom. So I'm like, okay, whatever, guy.
It's dear Lord. See, this again hits close to home. We haven't really talked about this, but in the past, maybe we have been, somehow a Photoshop situation came in effect where they somehow plagiarism came in. They said, you're plagiarizing our style of making flyers or something. And I was like, yeah, we have poster our wall. What the hell are you talking about? It boiled down to like, almost like, did you guys invent Photoshop? Like, I don't understand what the premise is. And it got really weird, almost like exactly what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like, realistically what we were doing was we would put our faces on weird characters. Like we did one with Tim where it's this, and you're going, yeah, that's hilarious, right? Because
see, why does he have to use that one as the example? He did that one.
Okay, the other one is a little bit better.
The other one looks like a bit to the dentist of the last century. So like that's why I prefer that one. The other one's accurate. I'm not saying I don't appreciate the artistry involved. I thought we were friends, is what I'm saying.
Well, we work together, so it's it's limited.
We're on a new friendship level. You can tell me that as friends. Like, you're going to give me a toothbrush for my birthday type stuff. I get you.
Big box of floss, just unraveled. Maybe a knot every once in a while to get a little pop.
Good old flash of floss ball. I like your style.
But like, that's the whole thing. Is like, these guys were like, "Oh, you're putting heads on other people's bodies." I'm like, have you seen any of the comedy Facebook groups or anything where everyone just does that for the hell of it? Like,
right.
I told him, I called memes and told him, hey, you've been plagiarizing Josh's stuff. Like,
can I get the number for memes, please?
Yeah. For a while, we were trying to pretend that we were selling cards for Christmas. So I'm like, hey, I did this one where I'm like, hey, wishing you were here. And they got mad, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, literally, that is the craziest thing. It's not even like, it's not like I put your face on this. I put my own face, and you're gonna like, what are you, crazy? And besides, I'm like, listen, that's awesome. Like, you can't say like, that is all sorts of wrong, and I gotta smile. Like, this is super creepy.
Yeah.
So, but that's it's people.
Some people like drama.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, that's.
Not
I know
me.
for myself, it's just like, listen, I have like real world problems. Like, we got snowed in earlier on. We were talking about it's been Snowmagedon here. We got like 3.5 feet outside. It's been ridiculous. I'm like, that's a real problem. I don't really care about anyone else. I'm like, I'm just trying to dig out so I can get groceries in a couple days. It's all right.
Right. I mean, not that I can relate real closely with that particular problem being in South Alabama, or in the South in Alabama, but yes, that, and it's like, life's too short to mess around with stupid shit. I don't have the patience for it.
I think people just underestimate how, when you and maybe I don't mean to speak for yourself, but as maybe booking comedy shows, how many egos you have to deal with. That's the egos and mentalities. Like, honestly, I'm not even the most sane person, and sometimes I look in the room like, I'm the smartest one here. How'd that happen? Like, this is not supposed to ever be this situation. So I like you
Yeah.
throwing the fourth wall, because sometimes I don't think our average viewer sees it, because we see on the stage, they see us performing, but they don't see sometimes how much it really takes to put on that great 90 to 2-hour show.
And one of the biggest things that goes along with that is a bridge burner and a don't get asked back is when somebody blatantly and egregiously just stomps all over the light and decides that they're going to turn their 7 minutes into 15. Okay, so let's say you're doing a 7-minute set and you're killing. The audience loves you. That feels great. I can understand from an egotistical perspective how you would want to keep riding that wave. Okay.
Sure.
But what you don't take a second to think about is every, snowball effect person or thing that you negatively impact when you do that. And how now you have, made the audience hold their pee for an extra 8 minutes. You've made our show run long. You've made everybody that has to stay here, go long. You've made the audience, our repeat customers, unable to predict how things are going to go. You have all these implications that they never stop to even consider. And, just because, well, I was doing good, I was killing. So what? Then stop killing at 7 minutes and go out on a high, and then you're going to be invited back because you killed and you respected the light.
Yeah.
So
yeah, why bust all your wad out? I did all my great 30, so I can't invite you back. Because you can't come back in 3 months, especially in my area. You can't come back in 3 months and have the same set. They'll kill you.
Right.
That's
and rightfully so, though.
Well, I mean, in some aspects I understand, but if you want to keep some of your tried and trues and mix it up, that's fine. But you also got to know, from a production standpoint, you need time. You need that extra time to be away so we can forget. You can't be showing up every other month like, hey, remember that one joke? I'm going to tell it again. And it's like, well, sorry. And I learned it the hard way. I'm not being me. When I went to one show and the guy started reciting my punchline before I got to it because he was at the first show, and I was like, ooh, that's a lesson. You don't want the crowd teaching you lessons as a stand-up comic. You're supposed to be one authority. You want them to laugh and stuff like that. So
I got a mic problem.
Well, are you still
guys?
Oh, no, you're fine. If you can hear me, we're near about our 30-minute mark anyways. This has been amazing. If you want to do a last plug of anything you got going on in your area to our fans.
I apologize. My earbud fell out, and I did not hear about the last 30 seconds of what you were saying. So,
no problem.
What did I miss? Please fill me in.
Oh, no, we were just simply thanking you for coming and appreciate and just giving you time at the end to tell everyone what you got maybe going on here in the next month or two that they might be interested in.
Yeah, anybody that is in the area, we do some kind of comedy or comedy adjacent show every Friday and Saturday night at Shenanigans. HuntsvilleLaughs.com is where you can learn about show information and tickets. But we do everything here, lots of stand-up. We do tons of improv comedy as well. We have the Dirty Words adult spelling bee show coming up at the end of the month. Like, we do all sorts of crazy stuff. We always have a good time. It's a very laid back, kind of cool vibe here. Very warm and accepting. And because we are a nonprofit, we try to keep our concession and ticket prices as low as possible and still keep the doors open. No minimum purchase or anything like that. So we just invite people to come by Shenanigans Comedy Theater in Huntsville.
I extremely recommend people to go out there and support that show. Not only you're getting great comedy, you're getting some shows, as she just mentioned, that you're not going to get anywhere else. Some of those are unique. You're going to get a special experience, and you can't beat that in this time of day, especially what's going on. Kimberly, thank you so much for coming to ISW. I appreciate it. Dino, do you have any last words?
We have a couple questions in the comments with regards to links to any of your social media. I will link up with you, and I will put them in the description for the videos on the YouTube channel, everyone. Or if you want to share them, by all means, Kimberly.
Yeah, everything that I have is K. Wilson Comedy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Listen,
hey, thanks for having me, guys. I enjoyed it.
Oh, this
You've
was
been
awesome.
great, and we'll definitely connect. And hey, you know what? It's, if I'm ever in Alabama, I know who I'm going to talk to.
Right?
Definitely, and I'm going to bring horrible material. Just absolutely.
He's going to bring Tom Ross, and I hear he likes running the line.
Oh, that's
Thank
it, man.
you.
Right,
I'm too fat to be carried off stage. It works out really well.
Hey, you don't know what kind of folks we have in Alabama.
No. I'm a
We
special
towed
kind
that
of
boy off a
monster.
stage.
Unless you got a tow motor, I'm good. Trust me. Thank you so much, Kimberly. We'll talk soon.
All right, sounds good.
Bye. Ah, that was fantastic.
Dude, that was awesome.
And
was
Grilling
awesome.
and Chilling Mojo, hello. Thank you for saying hi to me. I appreciate that greatly. You guys have been a great sport. And Susie was like, yeah, Snowmagedon fucking sucks.
Oh, dude. And shout out to Grilling and Chilling with Mojo for reaching out to us and talking. That's been great.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan, Glenn, Susie. You guys have all been badass.
Oh, I'm not going to shout out to Ryan. He's like, oh, yeah, your picture's plagiarism. Yeah, that wasn't the one that we were talking about, you dickhead.
Don't fall into Ryan's trap.
I know.
He's going to say that he talked about egos. Don't play into it. No, Ryan's cool. We gotta give him a shout out. Thanks for commenting. If you like what we did here, please like and share. It validates our existence and makes our wives keep us sleeping next to him and not kicked out in the cold. Like it's snowing where fucking Dino is. You're saving lives by liking and sharing.
Yes, and I have shaved my winter coat, so there's no protection from the weather, people. I cannot afford to go outside. Thank you so much.
You guys have been awesome. Since you guys have been so cool, we'll do our last segment real quick here. It's going to be funny. We saved a special thing for our last. Please, that's my favorite one. It's my favorite one.
Everyone is consistently an asshole in that video.
Yeah, I love it. I like my Just for Men picture that I put in there. Love it.
You look so angry. I'm like, why?
Well, that's because my dog forgot how I looked in that picture. He was like, who's this man, this dashing, dark-haired person? I don't remember Gingerbeard. Where's Gingerbeard? Where'd you take him? It was rough. Oh, man.
So, starts off. You want to take the lead on this because this is
yes,
close to home, as they say.
Well, yes, this is very much close to home. I'm getting the pictures ready right now. The thing. This all started Jefferson County, Missouri, which is close to St. Louis. See, at first I thought it was Jefferson County, Illinois, which is literally I could spit. It's right over there, and it felt so close to home. But I realized it was just my relatives in Missouri, so it was some way adjacent. It all starts with a baby bassinet being sold. Isn't that sweet?
Well,
$75 or best offer. She leaves open.
Need it gone as soon as possible.
Gone.
Hey, and that's communities helping communities. It's a good thing.
That's exactly what it is. And so a community person, we're going to call her AH, but if we come up, you'll see her name. So it's not like it's on a public forum and everything. She said she offered $50. And now the drama begins in Am I an Asshole? Because there's a woman named Judy Carrots that actually knows Ashley and is a little upset that she's pregnant again, especially since the person that Ashley's dating is her grandson or I think her son, and he's been in jail for the last month or two. So this now turns into what you know it'd be. Two Southern Illinois people doing math. But it gets better because after they do the math, insinuations get started. Like, how is this baby? Could it be the person you're working with at Circle K, a gas station, or at a Taco Bell where the guy delivers weed through the drive-thru window? This is where the comments blow up because everybody wants to know where this Taco Bell is and what combo number it is.
They're looking for which Taco Bell would that be right there? And
so and the Quick Trip guy from high school, it's all dirty laundry. Judy's going full. She has a t-shirt canning full of dirty underwear. She's shooting anyone in vicinity. She's knocking everyone down with truth bombs. She even admits that how is she pregnant? Because she's seen this woman be drinking and smoking.
like
and like
nonstop.
my mom used to say, she replied back, "You're overdoing it. A little smoking and drinking doesn't hurt when you're pregnant." And then misspells pregnant. Not fucking making this up. Misspells pregnant.
Yeah,
And
well,
then it says how she's allergic, but it spells allergic allergy, but way worse. Like it's a name. That someone was Allegira, and allergy to condoms. So
yes.
everyone flips out, and
Well,
it goes on further and further into a rabbit hole of dissent.
she also refers to her Virginia.
Yes,
as it will
Virginia.
swell and break out with a rash when it comes in contact with latex.
That's why you got to Nutra that. That's why you got to get Nutravagina. It just gets that all good.
And someone responded, "Oh no, not the Virginia."
No. So, dude, this is one post out of 3 you can see at Jefferson County, buy, sell, and trade. It's still up there. These have over 4,000 comments. They get roasted. But Judy's still a baller, because you know what she did the next post? She sold the Quick Trip Guys t-shirt that she's banging, apparently. Put that on sale. Now, making this up. And $30 too, so she's definitely making a profit off this. She uses social media for her own advertising. So,
well, this is.
And then finally, they've become a meme, and the meme is what made it one. Oh, what's up, Troy? Finally became a meme.
This one.
So we bring the question to you guys: who's the asshole in this situation? The woman who is apparently in love with a whole bunch of fast food and customer service workers and just doesn't know where her love lies. The grandma that wants to air this all out. The people that are making memes about her. Or Taco Bell for not selling a weed Rito by now, because this is what the family wants. This is what everyone's that was the main thing. Personally, I think Taco Bell's an asshole. Where's my weed Rito? Like, I got a bean. No one wants no more beans in that cilantro rice. Give me some dank nugs in this shit.
Someone posted a possible picture of the Taco Bell. Is this one? People got a little enthusiastic.
For our Anchor members, basically they parked in the
Ford Escape has driven through the wall partially out of enthusiasm.
Apparently the Ford Escape was trying to attack the Alamo. It looks like it went straight into one of the tiers. It was, give it up for them. But what do you think? Who's the asshole? This is amazing. The beginning of the ones we showed you on screenshots were deleted. The rest of them were pot up. You can still see it up there. It's an ongoing thing that's what's going on. They're still making
Taco Bell as the whole.
Yeah. I think the overall story, we need to say Quick Trip employees and fast food and customer service employees got some D game, because they got over 3,000 people fighting over them in the comments right now. So, shout out to you guys making minimum wage. You're making up for it in other ways, and I clap back at you guys. That's some badass shit. So, Tim Loss here is saying hashtag Taco Bell is the asshole in this. You can make nacho fries, but you can't make fucking weed fries. Come on now.
Listen, we all learned a while ago that the government lost the war on drugs. Okay, it's now just slowly evolving and spreading out. It's about time that we get Uber weeds, because and if you can get it at the same time as your snacks, I feel like that's a move forward. It's the change we need. Not we don't want to hold that back.
Apparently Dick Dickerson, the comedian over here, love your name, by the way. When someone says there's too many dicks, you get errors on here, and he'll prove you wrong. Dick Dickerson here, comedian, says he's getting a job at Quick Trip, and I think that's what they should be doing. Taco Bell should be advertising this on their social media account to say, dude, it's lit here at Taco Bell. Circle K, what's up? You never know what type of you could get a lot of people coming in just filling that app right there.
I feel like there should be a known code for all fast food, and all fast food should hire a resourcing specialist for said special orders. Because listen, we all know that especially during a pandemic, supply lines can break down. So I think it's important that it's available everywhere.
I love how your Canadian sensibilities just leak through and people can just tell from, because you're like, yeah, we need a resource. Yeah, it's called Todd. He works the fryer later and he's charging
No.
$15 a gram right now.
Yeah, but Todd lost 2 fingers and now shakes hands like this. And he's like, hey, what's up, man? You know, and you're like, listen, man, I don't,
Yeah, but
you know what? I want to deal
these-
with a normal person and not have to fucking, not to discriminate against guys who have lost 2 fingers, okay? But just saying, it freaks me out when you don't even warn me and you go for a handshake. You're like, hey, man, what's up? Shake my 2 fingers. You're like, yo, man,
that
just
does involve a warning.
High five me or something. I don't know. Fucking,
well, here's the thing. To me, you know, Todd's back there making fucking tacos has got an 8th bag in his pocket right now. Sprinkle some of that shit in my fucking Crunch Wrap Supreme. Make it Supreme. I'm tired of you lying to me and telling me it's Supreme. Make it Supreme. Like, I want to go to Taco Bell and have my fucking tacos weighed. Yeah, exactly. Weighed. I want a little hand scale with my taco gun. I don't know. I made it fat, so that's gonna cost a little extra. Like, that's how we should be doing it.
Number one, I just want to shout out, Susie. Todd's rolling those slutty tacos left and right. Number one. So I just cut a bunch of clips for Sports Balls, which happens on Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, guys. And I'll tell you right now, almost every single one of the clips had Susie in it with a comment that was a banger. And as well, Dick Dickerson, $15 a gram. I remember growing up, a gram was $15, but it was like a healthy gram. Like, it was a gram plus, you know, like just a little. But $15.
I'm not gonna throw the hard R around, but it's definitely adjusted and moral. It's definitely a business practice. You will if some back dudes charge you $50 a gram, you're only paying once around here, usually. But it's legal now. Back in the day. Well, see, you probably had Canadians have been notorious to having good weed for the longest time. So
we're degenerates on a higher level.
But you're like around here, $15. The hard art, yeah. I can't, dude. I used to throw a punchline with it in, and it was literally me getting violated in the joke, and people still didn't like it. So I knew it was bad because look at me. Come on.
Number one, I think it's funny that Taco Bell was weed when the fact is we have this story when it's McDonald's employee arrested for selling heroin and Happy Meals.
But that happened.
Do you remember the video where the woman's like, oh my goodness, which McDonald's is that happening at? And you're like, holy shit. I can't believe it. And you're like, it was never a more rehearsed line where you're like, I can't believe that they would sell a Happy Meal with drugs in it. How dare you in our community? And you're like, oh
I think there's a story around where around St. Louis, I don't want to say, where a cop said someone sprinkled meth on his cheeseburger and he ate it tasted funny, and then went to get it tested. It came back methamphetamine. But here's the problem. It comes back that maybe, I think I'm not quote me on this, but I think that was the headline. They never finished up. I went back on it. I think the cop may have sprinkled meth on it himself because he's going to be dirty and find a way to get out of a piss test for it. So that's how the evidence came out. So it's the same with the Wendy's finger. Like that, no Wendy's person didn't find a finger. Someone brought a finger to Wendy's to put the chili. Jesus, man. I mean, you gotta give something. I've worked in it. Not everything's McDonald's fault. That's what I'm saying. See, I've hated them for 3 weeks, and I still went back and got a good, delicious Dr. Pepper. They try sometimes.
You went back to the same McDonald's?
Fuck no. I hope it burns down. I went to the one across the city.
Thank you. It only took 3 weeks, people, but he's been saved. That's good.
We're civilized in this town. We have 2 McDonald's, 5 Subways, two places to recycle your cans, many abandoned buildings for your copper wire extractions. And we got the George Strait law. You could get hammered driving on a fucking lawnmower around here. No one gives a shit. That's
not okay.
I wish I was wrong. Like, that's why it's so hurting right now. Half of the economy around here is lawnmower centric. It's like you can't lawn mows or do landscaping. It gets depressing around here real quick. It's like,
I'm already like, that's not funny, man. Why are you saying that? You're like,
oh, it's
I'm
hilarious.
gonna double down, just so you know.
What was that was all funny. If you're,
I think it
worked
turned
at the
when you were like, I got violated. You're like, what?
Oh, when did I say that?
A little while ago, but a bit.
I got violated
with the R word, the hard R.
Oh,
I
did a joke. I had a joke. I had a joke about what my. I think it's still funny. I'll say it here. I had a joke where I was saying I was going to move to St. Louis, and the first thing my stepdad told me at the time was I would get sexually violated if I went to there. And he used the R word, and I used to say it in my set, but people would gasp. But the funny part was, I never thought I was that sexually attractive that I could just show up in town and people would want to commit mass felony literally on my ass. So like, I thought that was the nicest thing my stepdad's ever said to me, to be honest. Like, if anything, I took it as a compliment. And I find it hilarious. Now, the crowds I told this to in the Bible Belt of America, not so much. So,
emotional damage.
Fuck you, that's funny. It's true. It's funny.
Yeah, like, it's flattering trauma. That's a good descriptive word.
That's going to be the name of my first album. If you ever, Flattering Trauma by Tom Ross, available on iTunes. Oh shit!
I really hope you do release it under the name Tom Ross, and then have like a fake mustache and the, just I feel like that would. We're killing it with Dick Dickerson, which by the way,
Southern Illinois, man. I'd give you a town. He asked me where I live. I'd give you a town name, but it's not Chicago, so you don't give a fuck. No one. You live in Illinois. It's not Chicago. Who cares? It's next to a cornfield and a Walmart. See, that was the joke. See, Dick Dickerson said you thought. No, I can't. No, I will never say that word, my sir.
No, even Tim was raised better. I definitely was.
I was just raised like, man, I watched too many. No, man, too many movies.
That was
no
30 seconds of 7 starts of a sentence. No finish.
Oh, that's what gets me stuttering. Like shit. Like, nah, I can't. Nope.
No.
That's what he wanted, though. That's why I'm sweating. He wanted to see the flop sweat. He's just like, oh god. Oh.
That's nice try, novice, but don't mess with the maestro. No, Tim's been evading that for a long time. No, that's Dick Dickerson. I'm sorry.
He didn't even say it in the comment.
Dick Dickerson is just laughs. Which
I know. I love. Well,
Dick Dickerson, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Like, share, subscribe. Don't be a dick. How about that?
Tom Ross's Flop Sweat is sponsored by Dick Dickerson. When you need to put a whitey in an uncomfortable situation, Dick Dickerson is here.
Dick Dickerson will make that light hot.
No, man. You're ruling, dude. Mad props to you. I think that's about. Do you have anything else? That's about all for me this week.
I think that's about it. In all honesty, mostly, you know what, guys, we're looking at just kind of figuring out our setup here with everything. So keep an eye on the pages. We have Eargasm Comedy Showcase is a Facebook page as well as a YouTube page. Then we also have Tim's Facebook page, my Facebook page. We also have a joint YouTube channel called DNT Network, which is where we're loading up a lot of clips and stuff. As well, we have Anchor FM and Spotify. We have these episodes listed. So if you want to check out our previous episodes and everything, they are there and available. But please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, just because we're trying to figure out a different way of doing things and seeing how that works. So obviously become a follower of Eargasm. That's where we all started. And but DNT Network as well. Everywhere we're trying to create exclusive content from the episodes everywhere. So everywhere we'll have something to offer that's a little bit different, and go from there. But that's pretty much it. Thanks you everyone for watching and enjoying the show with us. We've had a great time. Check it out. You can also email us. Let me see here. Yeah, you can do that. You can email us at idiotsaywhut@gmail.com as well. Leave a comment. If you go on to YouTube and leave a comment as well, a lot of you have come from there, so we thank you very much. But check out our other videos; they're coming out every day of the week.
That's what we're here to do, guys. If just tell one friend for next week, even if you don't need to, just listen to us as you work, and you need to ignore that fucking supervisor that you hate. We're here to just make you guys laugh and help out, and the more people we do that to, the longer we get to do that for you guys. That's just how it works. I'm not the equation guy, but Dino's put it in a whiteboard behind me, and it makes a lot of sense.
My people, they made the math, and the math. It works, all right? This has been
Idiotsayswhut. Greek.
Always and forever will come back to my Greek heritage. We gave the world so much. This has been Idiotsayswhut, guys. We'll see you in a week.